Alien Resurrection, starring Sigourney Weaver, Winona Ryder, and Ron Perlman, was released in 1997 as the fourth Alien installment and the last movie to feature Ellen Ripley. Don't forget to check out our reimagining of Alien 3 in our channel. Though we aren't following that story here. Written by Buffy the Vampire Slayer's Joss Whedon, we left Alien 3 with Ellen Ripley sacrificing herself to prevent the birth of the Alien Queen. We fast forward 200 years later, and Ripley was cloned with the Alien Queen embryo taken out of her. A fifth film with Ripley 8 was planned, but instead we got the Alien vs. Predator series. While there were some interesting ideas in Resurrection, such as Ripley's abilities and the alien hybrid, Alien Resurrection was a terrible successor to Alien 3, and it had bombed domestically at the box office. In our reimagining, we would bring back Lance Henriksen and set it shortly after Alien 3, where Bishop's creator Michael Bishop Wayland surveys the rest of the penal colony. They capture a facehugger and extract DNA from some of the residue of the dead xenomorphs. They also extract data from the Sulaco escape pod, which we now learn downloads memories from a person in a stasis pod, and includes that of Ripley. We fast forward a few years later and we get introduced to Amanda, played by Winona Ryder, who appears with a gang of mercenaries that take over a company ship, which archived the memories of the Sulaco status pods. Amanda extracts the memories of Ripley. Later we see an advanced synth being created, modeled after Ripley, and the memories downloaded into the synth body. Ripley's memories are foggy. She wonders what happened to Newt, Hicks, and Bishop, and then thinks that Newt and Hicks died. She reconnected with the pod in Alien 3 for a CAT scan. Amanda makes up a story that she saved them from her pod in a penal colony, and she finally had to waken up from stasis. Ripley then says Amanda looks oddly familiar, and Amanda finally reveals that she's her daughter. Ripley laughs it out and says that's impossible. 57 years had passed, and Amanda looks too young. Amanda explains to Ripley that she tried everything to find her and never intended to give up. Ripley quickly learns that Amanda is a synthetic, but Amanda says she has all the memories of who she was. Amanda did die from a rare illness in her late 60s, but before she did, she integrated her memories into a new model of synth to continue the search. Ripley isn't even aware that she is a synth yet. Meanwhile, a new alien queen is born in a lab on Michael's ship, the USS Wayland. The company managed to integrate a chip that wouldn't burn into the queen and xenomorphs so they can be controlled and used on a group of colonists who have revolted against the company. Amanda learns of the plot from an insider on the Wayland and wants to stop the ship before it reaches the colonists. The mercenaries want to go their own way, but Amanda pays them, and we learn that Amanda was once married to Michael, which is why she's still very wealthy. To find a way to get into the ship, Amanda communicates with Michael, and he welcomes her back with her group of mercs, saying she wants to talk. Michael is suspicious about the visit, although Ellen is back on the ship. Michael talks about how he misses her and asks about the assault on a convoy ship. The mercenaries start firing at the company's security team, who end up arresting them. Ripley gets out and starts to fight back, noticing how strong she is. Ripley frees some of the mercs and Amanda till Michael captures Ripley. He reveals to her that she's a synth, which shocks and angers her. Michael says he's impressed and claims to have been the one who created Amanda. Ripley says they don't know what they're doing with the xenomorphs. Michael wonders how much she remembers and lies that the human Ripley died trying to save the penal colony. He also claims that the facehuggers were planted by Bishop on the Sulaco dropship. Ripley tries to grasp on what she is now. In the alien lab, Michael shows Ripley what he can do with the xenomorphs, controlling them with remote control devices. Ripley suddenly fights back, destroying some of the computers and letting the xenomorphs and the Queen Mother escape. Michael runs to a backup computer lab to take back control of the xenomorphs so he can take down Ripley. Despite a few casualties, they eventually gain control. Ripley shouts at Amanda after finding her for all the lies she's told and for creating something she would have never wanted to be. Ripley only cares about getting the ship away from the colonists and wants to get to a control room to hijack the ship. The xenomorphs, however, appear and the mercs fight back. One of the xenomorphs takes Amanda away. We see Amanda in front of the Queen, which points to the computers. Amanda accesses its terminals and is able to communicate with the Queen. Our heroes head to the control room only to find Amanda connected to an interface with the Queen. Ripley wants to save her, but Amanda says that the Queen wants to make a deal. Let the aliens have the ship to travel far away, to kill Michael who controls them, and in exchange she'll let them leave. Ripley doesn't believe the Queen, but Amanda says they have too. Ripley and the mercs manage to trap Michael, telling him to stop the ship. Michael says he doesn't care anymore and that the ship is automated by AI to land on the planet and let loose the xenomorphs there. Ripley kills him. Amanda manages to connect to the ship's interface, disabling the AI controls, and sets it on a trajectory to nowhere near any human colonies. As Amanda, Ripley, and the remaining mercs get back to their own ship, Ripley thinks it's a big mistake and demands that the USS Wayland be destroyed. Going unheard, Ripley goes haywire, reminiscing Ash from the first movie, and starts to take out each of the mercs one by one. Amanda finds out and tries to stop Ripley. Ripley fights back and nearly destroys Amanda until she realizes what she's doing and what she has become. Just like Ash, Ripley finds the means to deactivate herself as the ship roams off in the deep, cold space. They may have saved the colonists, but the future of the xenomorphs is now uncertain. What did you think of this reimagining of Alien Resurrection? Comment below, like, subscribe, and thank you for watching In the Plot.